everybody, welcome back to the channel. We have an official behind the scenes video from, you all know, a game that's coming up very soon. We're like 3 weeks away, God of War Ragnarok. So this is a little behind the scenes of God of War Ragnarok. I'm gonna take a look at the video right now because it's at least over 10 minutes long, so I don't want to waste any much of your time. So let's just get right into it.
We're coming off of God of War 2018. How do you top that? How do you deliver something that players will love maybe just as much as God of War 2018?
Yes.
The pressure was tremendous. And I am the senior producer for Narrative.
My name is Richard Gobert. I'm the story lead for God of War Ragnarok.
I'm Jody Kupsko, and I'm the supervising dialogue designer.
It's my job to shape the story along with our writing team, our narrative director, and game director.
As a producer, it's my job to help build a team to create that content, to own the schedule and realizing that content.
I oversee the dialogue production throughout the entire titles. Every line of dialogue that you hear, every human vocalization and effort and grunt, our team touches.
So men, like you?
No. We are not men. We are more than that. The responsibility is far greater.
In the story of God of War 2018, we find Kratos seemingly having turned over a new leaf in the Norse lands. He lives a quiet life, hidden in the woods with his wife Faye and her son Atreus. And the story starts with them mourning her death. And we learn that she made a final request before she passed away. She wanted them to spread her ashes from the highest peak in all the 9 realms. He's scared of being a bad father, a bad influence, and as a result, it's made him an absent father. His greatest fear is that he's passed that evil that's inside of him onto his son.
You are too quick to temper. You are rash, insubordinate, and out of control. This will not stand. You will honor your mother and abandon this path you have chosen. It is not too late.
They befriend Freya, who is an exiled Vanir goddess who used to be married to Odin. They meet Mimir, the self-proclaimed smartest man alive, who serves as their guide and their confidant. And they meet the Holdra brothers, Brock and Sindri, who are world-class weaponsmiths who end up their main source of upgrades and equipment. Now, among the enemies they make are the Aesir gods, whose leader is none other than Odin, someone we never meet in God of War 2018, but who casts a very long and dark shadow over the 9 realms.
There are consequences to killing a god.
Why? How do you know? How do you know?
After many adventures, Kratos and Atreus end up
Funny because
fulfilling Mom's
he
wishes.
killed 2
And
of
over
them
the
in
course
that
of that
game.
journey, they find out more
You
about each
just
other,
won up
about
Atreus.
themselves, and finally find a common ground between them. They become the close family unit that Faye hoped that they would become.
Yeah. I just thought it was funny when he said that in the game.
Fast forward a few years, and little Atreus is now a teen.
Especially
They're
with his
back to
track
hiding out in their
record,
home
killing
in the
gods.
woods in Midgard. During the course of the previous game's events, they were forced to kill Odin's grandchildren, Magni and Modi, the sons of Thor. Thor does a lot of the lion's share of Odin's dirty work, and as a consequence, he's a very violent, unstable personality. At the end of the last game, they were also forced to kill Balder, the son of Odin and Freya, and that has its own set of consequences. He was a very powerful chess piece for Odin, one that Odin is incredibly bitter about losing.
Yes.
Freya has vowed vengeance against them for the killing of her son. Kratos and Atreus didn't want to kill him. They were friends with Freya. But Balder tried to kill her in front of them, and Kratos had no other option in the moment but to kill him to save Freya's life, even though it meant losing Freya's friendship.
I will parade your cold body
from every corner of every realm and feed your soul to the vilest filth in hell. That is my promise.
He saved your life.
He robbed me of everything. Everything.
His death is also foretold to bring about Fimbulwinter, which is a brutal 3-year winter that is then followed by Ragnarok.
It's
It's
a
an
lot of snow.
apocalyptic war between all the Norse gods, the giants, the dwarves, and the elves, and an army of the dead. They're all destined to fight in a battle that basically ends the world. Kratos is understandably worried about his son and what it means for him.
You get to go on this journey with how Atreus grows into a young adult and how Kratos grows into his next era in his life, and really see kind of the parent that he's striving to be, but the person he's striving to be. I find that tale so incredibly relatable.
We had started shooting plenty of content before the pandemic hit. In fact, the week before we all went work from home, we were doing a shoot. I remember being on and off that set, running back to the office and having to talk to studio leadership about what was going down and how this was going to impact us moving forward. And those were trying times.
For us, it was a very unique challenge because we had to bring in actors and we had to record them. And so we had to look at different ways of adapting our typical motion capture process and dialogue recording process so we can continue production and continue at the quality that we wanted for our players and our fans.
We had some actors stand in for other characters, actors who were already, who were like core to one of the scenes, might just be able to play a background character in another scene to be able to avoid a situation where too many people were on set on any given day. We avoided compromising the story that we were trying to tell as a result of the pandemic and these limitations that we had to deal with. There were no cinematics that we changed. We still have the same characters in them in the final game. We just had to get a bit creative with how we shot the content.
Our actor for Atreus, Sonny, is a teenage boy, and his voice changed dramatically throughout the several years on this title.
I don't want to fight anyone. I just want answers.
We had to
He's a
go
very
in
good actor,
and
man.
even out that performance, so
Wish him
it
nothing but
sounds
the
like
best.
it took place over a short period of time. That was a unique challenge on this one.
The prophecies say Fimbulwinter leads to Ragnarok. War is coming.
Whether the Norse saga was going to be a trilogy or just 2 games was something we debated a lot. There were obviously pros and cons for either approach. So we waited for Cory Barlog to weigh in, and he did, and he said, let's do it in 2.
The consequence to that is
School and
how do you wrap up this story in one game and do Ragnarok justice? How do we lead up to that and then have a big moment at the end of the game and wrap up all those loose threads? This game is bigger than what we initially envisioned. There's a lot of important story moments that we needed to cover. There are more characters that we follow the threads of, and ultimately it ends up feeling big and epic because there is a lot there for people to enjoy.
I am very excited for folks to see this final chapter. A lot happens. We put our characters through the ringer, but we also bring them closure and we provide answers to a lot of the questions the first game posed.
Oh, they're back
Just
in
all of
Alpine.
the new combat that we're doing and the new interactions. There's a lot of stuff that's happening in this title that I think people are going to have fun with.
We all have our own personal Ragnaroks to deal with. And this story is about how you process that, how you own it, and how you make it a part of yourself and grow from it.
I mean, we set some stuff up at the end of last game. There's going to be some consequences this game. We're going to see how things play out between Freya and Kratos. We're going to see how the evolution of the family relationship continues. You got Brock and Sindri, the dwarves, who are kind of part of your makeshift family now. And there's going to be some other characters that we introduce that maybe can disrupt the balance a little bit. I can't wait until players get their hands on the game are able to experience how the story unfolds for themselves.
We have, I think, an incredibly well-rounded game. Very satisfying combat, beautiful and rich environments to explore, outstanding character art, a lush and moving soundtrack and soundscape.
I can't wait
It's
for the
the work
soundtrack.
of hundreds of very dedicated artists, and they all have their own stories to tell.
All right, that was amazing. 10 minutes, but it was worth it. Yeah, man, there's a lot of stake that has within this game. It's one of the biggest yet. This is it, guys. Ragnarok is almost upon us. It's time for the ending of the chapter of Atreus and Kratos' side of their story within the Norse mythology, because they're going to be moving on for there. I think I may have seen some things that Cory Barlog is still working on God of War, but he wanted to, I think, do it in an Egyptian setting or something like that. I don't know. But whatever they do in the future with this, because it seems like they're not finished with Kratos just yet. Because a lot of people probably would think that he would die in Ragnarok. If that's the case, I don't know. But if it is, hopefully it will be a very swell ending for our, I don't know if you want to call him hero, anti-hero, but our beloved character of Kratos. And yeah, but I love everything that was in this particular video, visual behind the scenes. It shows the dedication and hard work that the actresses, the lead writers, the producers, and everyone that took so much pride and so much honor into making such a project and a product to give to the fans within the circumstances that they were in the pandemic situation, which was very doubtful and dreadful for many of us, a lot of us really. So it's amazing that they had to cultivate and maneuver their ways in trying to find out how they can still produce good content, as far as they were saying earlier, using the same actors into playing maybe like background characters or different roles and stuff like that. And yeah, man, I know that Cory Barlog was not really heavily involved into this specific game, because I believe his name is Eric Williams, who is the the operation of this whole thing. Cory Barlog kind of set back through all of this. But either way, I'm going to support it. I believe even in the Vision, Eric knows what he's doing, because he knows what Cory wants in this game, or what he would actually have and do. And they both have been working for Santa Monica for like a very long time, ever since Cory took over the franchise of God of War, soon as God of War 2 came out back in the PS2 days. So it's really nice to see how this game has really shaped up after all of these years, with him being in control and seeing such of an epic story just unfold within the events after God of War 2 to Ascension to God of War 3 and God of War 2018, which very done successfully and well, and now we're leading up to God of War Ragnarok. So the only thing that I really am waiting for is, for one, the original soundtrack, because I know Bear McCreary is the composer, behind the music, and he did a very, very an exponential job with God of War 2018, and I love his other stuff from Godzilla King of the Monsters. Very badass soundtrack, and yeah, man, he's very dope. I can't wait for the gameplay. I cannot wait to unfold this story in particular. I want to see Kratos versus Thor. To me, that's like Clash of the Titans. It's a big thing. It's like Godzilla versus King Kong. One doesn't overstrength the other. They're both kind of balanced in their own way. So it's going to be an epic fight. And then maybe even if we fight Odin, it will be very much serious, because we did kill his grandsons and stuff like that. We might kill his son. I don't know. Maybe we might see Heimdall. Hopefully. I think there are some things going around about Freya's brother. maybe not. I don't know. I'm just saying. So I just can't wait to pick this game up. And I know I'm rambling on a little bit, but stuff like this, you know, God of War, it's right here, man. It's right here. That's all I could say. I don't have the words to even explain how I'm feeling right now. I just needed to be November 9th already, like today, my guy. But anywho, with that being said, I'm gonna end it right here. I want to thank you guys for watching me reacting to this official behind the scenes video of God of War Ragnarok. Hopefully you guys pre-ordered your copy. I still have it. I'm going to wait maybe until next week or something, but you know, bills come and blah, 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 stuff like that. So on the way out, make sure you like, share, subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell for more content in the future. Hit the comment section, tell me everything that you're feeling about God of War Ragnarok, what you want to happen, what you're expecting to happen, what's your favorite God of War game, what did you like, in the video of the behind the scenes video. You know, get the conversation going. Let's talk God of War. I wanna conversate with you guys, so you know, just chat with me a bit in the comment section. But anywho, I'll check you guys later, and I'm out. Peace.